Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Mudassir Bhatt, an AI researcher and educator with over 8 years of experience in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. So in today's video, I'll show you how to build a sales AI agent, a chatbot that can answer any question about your sales data. I have previously built chatbots for finance and healthcare using core programming languages like Python, and you can find such projects on my GitHub. But I realized building such tools from scratch can be time consuming and complex. So that's why I'm using N8N no code automation platform alongside OpenAI API and Pinecone, a vector database to create a fully functional AI powered sales chatbot. This AI agent will help you to analyze your sales data and get instant insights, saving your hours of manual work. And the best part is this AI agent is not limited to sales only, but can be applied in real estate, finance, and much more. So let's get started. Well, without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the practical part. To get started, open Google and type N8N and hit enter. You will see the official website of N8N. Click on it. Once you're on this site, you need to sign up. Just click on this, get started for free. And you will see a window like this wherein you need to fill in some of your basic details like your full name, company email address. But if you don't have a company email address, put in your personal email address here, confirm your email address, then your password. Over here you need to put in your account name, and finally click on this start free 40-day trial. After you have registered, click on this sign in link to access the platform. Over here, click on sign in. Now you will land on the main dashboard of N8N. If you're using it for the first time, your workflow area will be empty here. In my case, you will see a few workflows I have already created, but don't worry, we will start fresh together. Now, let me give you a quick tour of the interface. On the left hand side over here under projects, you will find all the workflows you have saved. There is also another important section called templates, which contains pre-built workflows you can use. Let me click on it. These templates are really useful once you get familiar with the platform, but I recommend starting from scratch so you understand how everything works. Once you're confident, you can explore and customize the templates later. Let me close it now. All right, to start building our own workflow, click Create Workflow button at the top right corner here. This will open a black canvas with a plus sign in the center over here, right? Clicking this plus sign lets you add something called nodes. So what are nodes? I've already explained it in the previous video. Nodes are the individual steps or actions your AI agent will perform, like reading a file, sending data to OpenAI, or searching a database. But before we will build it together. Let me show you what the final version of the workflow would look like. So you can see how everything fits together. So this is the kind of the workflow that we will be building today. Now let me walk you through how it works. In this workflow, you will notice I have connected this chat bot to this AI agent. Then this node handles incoming questions using OpenAI chat model. I have already explained how memory works in one of my previous videos. So if you want to learn more about that, I will add a link to it in the description below. This AI agent is also linked to Pinecone Vector Store or the vector database, which helps it to find the best and the most relevant answers to your questions. If you are wondering what Pinecone and embeddings are, don't worry, I will explain those concepts in this video when we will build the workflow together. For this project, I have used this sales data wherein you can see that there are various fields like product ID, sales data, region, sales amount, quantity sold, and product category. But if you want to work on the same data, I will put its link in the description below. Now, let me show you how this AI agent performs. I will open the chat interface and ask a few questions. Let me put some questions here. What sales did Bob make on 1st January? I would say 1st January 2024. Let's see what answer it would give us. Okay, so it gave us the sales that Bob made on 1st January 2024 is 2370. So let me confirm the same thing. So you can see on 1st January, Bob made the exact sales amount, 2370. Now, next I will ask some other question. What is the total sales revenue generated by Bob in the South region during 2023, in the year 2023. So let me check what answer it will give it to us. So you can see again it calculated the answer for us and provided the final answer automatically. It made all the calculations by itself and gave us the final answer. So now that you have seen it in action, let's build this sales chatbot together step by step. Okay, first of all, let me click on personal, and next to create a workflow, click create workflow button at the top right corner here. We will break this project into two parts. In the first part, we will upload our sales data in PDF format to the Pinecone Vector database. In the second part, we will retrieve and use that data to answer questions using AI. Now the question here might be, why are we using Pinecone? We are using Pinecone because for a chatbot primarily to enable efficient, scalable, and fast similarity search over vector embeddings. Now there might be another question, what are embeddings? Embeddings are numerical vector representation of data such as text, images, or audio that captures their semantic meaning in a form that machines can process efficiently. Alright, let's begin our project. Click the plus sign in the center of the canvas and select trigger manually. This will manually start our workflow. Next, we will connect our Microsoft OneDrive to download the sales data. To do that, click on this plus sign and type over here Microsoft OneDrive. Click on it and then select download a file. Before this, make sure you have a Microsoft OneDrive account. It's really easy to set up. Then upload your file into this OneDrive account. In my case, I have already uploaded my file into the OneDrive account. To link your Microsoft OneDrive account to n8n, click on this create new credential, then click on this connect my account. This will authorize access to your OneDrive account. I have already connected mine, so I will skip this part. Let me close this. Set the resources option to file and the operations to download, since we are downloading a PDF. And in the files ID, put a file ID. Now, where can I find this file ID? Open your Microsoft OneDrive account. So this is the file that we'll be working on, salesdata.pdf. So you can see that I have uploaded it. Now let me click on it, and you can see these are the various fields associated with the file. That is product ID, sales date, region, sales amount, quantity sold, and product category. So if you want to work on the same file, I will attach this file in the description below. Next, in the URL bar over here, find the part of the link that comes after $ID equal to. Whatever is after this, copy everything up to the next and symbol. Copy it and paste it over here. And then click on test step. If successful, the file will download and be shown in the binary format. See, perfect. The file has been downloaded and is in the binary format. Click back to canvas. Now in the second step, what we will do, we will store the PDF content in the Pinecone for future AI queries. To do that, I will click on this plus sign again and type over here Pinecone Vector Store. Then over here, select Add Documents to Vector Store. Now let's connect our Pinecone account. To do that, go to your Google and type Pinecone Vector Database. So this is the official website of Pinecone. Click on it, and over here you need to sign up with the Pinecone. Since I have already registered, so I will click on this login link to sign into my Pinecone account. So here you can see that I have already created some indexes, but in your case this part might be empty. To create our first index, click on this create index. Give your agent a name. Suppose I would give it a name as sales, but it is saying me only lowercase letters. So sales underscore, so sales, I would say sales agent 666, okay, 666. Then in the configuration, I would select this text embedding 3 small. I recommend OpenAI models for simplicity, but you can explore NVIDIA and Microsoft also, and keep the other options as it is, as default. Then click on this create index. You will see the index and the namespace area now. Now you can see the namespace area is here. So what is a namespace? Namespaces are basically like folders. They help us to organize our data by topic or by user. Next, what you will do, you will click on the left hand side on this API keys, create your API key, give it a name. Suppose I would give it a name GPT Sales 0000000, then create it, and then copy this API key and then go to my NA10, and over here click on create new credential, paste it here, Control V, save it, close it, and then make sure in the operation mode that you have selected insert document, and in the Pinecone index, select the index that you have recently created. That is sales agent 666. I think we created this one. And then under add options, add a namespace. I will add a namespace. I'll give a namespace to it. I'll give it a sales agent name to it. Suppose I would give it a name 666. I'll give it the same name, okay, or I will give it a different name. Suppose I would give it 999, okay, 4 times 9. Then I will click back to canvas. Now over here you can see the Pinecone node has 2 inputs. One is embedding and another one is the document. First, let's handle the embeddings. Add a node. Let me click on this plus sign. I will add a node embedding OpenAI, this one. Click on it, and over here what you can do, if you're using your personal OpenAI account, click create new credential and paste your personal API key here. Since I won't be using my personal OpenAI key here, I would be using the N8N free OpenAI API credits. I would also recommend you to use the same free credits, and make sure in the model section set it to text embedding 3 small. This is the same model as that we used in the Pinecone, that is text embedding 3 small. Make sure this is selected and then click back to canvas. Now over here, we will do, we will connect our OneDrive document to the next node, that is the default data loader. Now what this node does, this node will take the file from OneDrive and prepare it for the embeddings. Set the data type over here to binary and leave the rest of the settings as default. Click back to canvas, and then you can see there is one more node that we need to connect. Click on this recursive character text splitter. Now what this node does, this node basically breaks our PDF file into smaller chunks or files, smaller files for easier processing by the model. We will keep these chunk size as it is and the chunk overlap as it is. Then click back to canvas. Now everything is connected. The OneDrive file is loaded. We have split our PDF file into different chunks, smaller chunks, embedded using OpenAI and stored in Pinecone. Now next what we'll do, we'll click on this test workflow to run the pipeline. Once this is done, go back to your Pinecone dashboard, refresh the namespace, and you should see your file stored there. Okay, so let me go now to my Pinecone, close it, databases. So this was the one that we had created. So let me refresh. So you can see that namespace has been created. So awesome. That means our data is now searchable by our AI agent. Let's go back to our N8N workspace and continue from there. Now that we have successfully converted our data file into vector format, it's time to move on and connect this workflow to a new workflow. Let me click on personal and then click on create workflow. The first step is to add a chat node to this canvas. The chat node will serve as the main interface for our AI agent, and the chat node will allow us to interact with the PDF. So to do that, click on this plus sign and select on chat message. In the settings of the chat node, we will keep everything as it is. Just leave the default option selected and click on back to canvas. Then I will connect this chat node to AI agent. Click on it, and then I will keep the settings, default settings, and back to canvas. Let me close this. And then I will connect this AI agent to chat model. I will connect it to OpenAI chat model. For this video, I'll be using free OpenAI credits provided by N8N. However, if you would like to connect your OpenAI personal account, you can do that by selecting Create New Credentials here. I have already covered how to connect your personal OpenAI account in my previous video. I will leave the link to that tutorial in the description below in case you want to set that up. But for now, I will continue using N8N free OpenAI API credits. Now I won't change the settings over here. I'll click back to canvas. Second, I will add the window buffer memory node. To do that, I'll click on this plus sign and then click on simple memory. This node basically helps us maintain the context of our conversation. I've explained how it works in detail in previous video. So here again, we will leave the settings as default and click back to canvas. Next, I will click on this plus sign. I will click on tools and type over here Pinecone Vector Store. Very few important things to check here are: number one, make sure you are connected to the correct Pinecone account. Second, the operation mode should be selected to retrieve documents. And third, you need to give a name to your Pinecone vector store. Suppose I give this sales underscore agent. Then in the description, you can give it some instructions, like I would say use this tool to retrieve the data required to answer the user's questions. Okay, so I've given it the description, I have given it some instructions. Then in the Pinecone index, you would select the index that you have used. This is the one that we created previously, so I will select this one, sales agent 666. And in the name Pinecone namespace, I'll give the previous name that I had given previously. Copy it, paste it here, and then I will click back to canvas. Now there is one more important node to add, the OpenAI embedding node. Click on this plus sign and I will click over here on embedding OpenAI, and again I will keep these settings as they are. Then click back to canvas. Okay, so that's it. Our AI sales chatbot workflow is now complete. Let's test it by clicking this OpenAI open chat. Okay, let me test first with a hi, whether it would respond. Okay, perfect, it's working. Now let me ask some questions to it, like I would say who were the top 5 sales representatives by revenue in 2023. Okay, let me check whether it will make calculations for us or not. Okay, perfect. It made the calculations and it gave the names of all the 5 representatives to us. Now, second, what I will ask, let me ask one more question and then we will wind up this video. What is the monthly sales trend, I would say trend in West region? Okay, so you can see over here, so in our data you can see there are different regions like west, east, south, so I've given it the west region. So you can see it gave us the correct answer. Great, so it made the calculations for us. So the AI agent is working perfectly. It's pulling the right data, analyzing it, and giving us the accurate answers in seconds. That's the power of combining no-code tools with AI and vector search. Super efficient and no coding required. So that brings us to the end of this video on building AI sales agent. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And if you run into any issues while building your own AI agent, feel free to drop a comment below. I'll be happy to help you out. Your support really motivates me to create valuable and practical tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.